for short. Egberus if you are familiar. And let's talk a little bit about sports. I know Kelvin just brought us his bit on that, but we want to have an extended conversation on the issue, especially because it involves one of our very own legends. So, Kelvin, again, good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Helen.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Big news. Big news.
Yeah, most of us yesterday were not really expecting this, especially in the football world. Though we know Gyan hasn't been playing for quite a number of months, I should say. After his stint with Legon Cities couldn't go as planned, he's virtually been off football, doing other things, punditry, coaching and all others. But we never expected this yesterday, especially for those of us who follow the conversation, trying to pick up one or two news or stories from the statement that he would have made with Didier Drogba. He just finished and we thought it was going to announce something that, we're going to, just be in a different kind of celebration, not this kind of celebration. He just poured out in an emotional moment to announce his retirement from football. I think it was just a surreal moment for everyone who knows Gyan. So you just recount what you know of this player and what is given football. You just get wowed by how less he's celebrated and adored by most of us.
You think that's the case? That we don't really appreciate that we had a gem in Asamoah Gyan?
I think a lot of us don't really understand or don't appreciate what Gyan has given us. When you go back to his career and what he's given the senior national team, I think he's one of the best that we have. Since 2008, when he decided to quit the Black Stars, and thanks to former President Kufuor, who spoke to him and he returned to that particular campaign, he couldn't even play again because Junior Agogo stole the headlines when we hosted that African Nations Cup. But from 2010, there is no single moment you tell me Gyan hasn't given his all to the Black Stars. There were times he was ill, 2 months to the tournament, he had a very terrible injury. He just had to recover. There were days that he was sick on the bed, like that 2015 AFCON goal against Algeria. He just had to get up from his bed. The medics tried to stop him, but he was like, no, you cannot stop me from playing for the Black Stars. And that game, you could see he was just off. But in the 90th minute, the coach trusted him, gave faith, put his faith in him, and he just managed to save us from that disgrace. We would have gotten out of the group stages, but that goal single-handedly took us to the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and then we got to the finals where eventually we lost out on penalties to Cote d'Ivoire.
Maura, that seems to have sparked some great memories in your mind, and we'll give you all a chance also to contribute to this conversation. We want to celebrate the legend that is Asamoah Gyan. So I'll plug the phone line shortly after Mauna's submission, and we'd love to hear from you all.
For me, and yesterday when I heard of the news, I took to Twitter and I wrote again that Asamoah Gyan will, in my view, be the greatest Ghanaian footballer I've ever seen.
That is high praise indeed. Mauna says the greatest Ghanaian footballer ever.
Nobody.
Mr. Sedu begs to differ.
No, I haven't said that.
And
I'll argue with anybody on any day that nobody does it better than Asamoah Gyan. Look, the guy has given me moments to cheer, and I'm a big football person. I love football to bits, and Asamoah Gyan has been at the center. Look, I know for a lot of people they vilify him still for that 2010 World Cup miss, but I hold him in such high esteem, and I always say that, look, after he missed that penalty, Asamoah Gyan stepped up as the first person to take the penalty for us. Where he intended to put the penalty, which he hit the bar, he put it there again and he scored.
You say it takes courage.
Look, and for me, that solidified him as the greatest ever Ghanaian footballer for me. Nobody's going to take it away from him. The moment he's given us, you can talk about that 2015 moment. Look, Asamoah Gyan, I don't know how else to say it. It's just sad that at some point you have to go. With Asamoah Gyan, we always knew that we could hit it long and he would chase. Now, if you look at the Black Stars, you hit it long, nobody's going to chase. Nobody's going to hold up the play and wait. goodness. In the 2010 World Cup, nobody held the ball better than Asamoah Gyan. But for Messi, nobody. Look, my goodness. It's just, I mean, he's a legend. He's someone that I would always remember, like I keep saying, the greatest ever footballer, Ghanaian footballer, in my opinion. Yes, he could have done it in Europe. He had the potential to do it in Europe, but he decided to be in the Asian leagues, where he still proved his mettle time and time out, because his quality, his form didn't drop any time he returned to the senior national team. And for me, it's just sad that he has to go. It's been coming. It's always been a matter of when he was going to go. But I think he's leaving on a high, and he will be celebrated always. For someone to have scored the most World Cup goals by any African player.
That's right.
Scored the fastest goal of the 2006 World Cup.
Was that the one against Germany?
No, Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Do you know the person we're talking about?
It was a ding of a pass from the midfield. He just turned and then Peter Cech was beaten.
Legendary. I do like what Marna says about him taking, being part of the penalties after missing such a monumental one. It takes bravery and guts.
It wasn't just pass, though. He just decided to take the first kick. The first kick. The moment after he had missed that penalty, he went forward to take the first kick. How many players would do that?
Guts and glory. Mr. Siedu, what do you make of what the gentleman is saying?
As an arts person, it is the entertainment side of Asamoah Gyan that I always look at. And I was quite close to Castro. I remember in 2005 doing the Miss Ghana, I had to organize a music session. I got Castro and Amachi Dede to do the music side. So I didn't get to meet Asamoah Gyan one-on-one, but I like what he did with Castro. And also later in his career, I like what he did with Kofi Kinata, and I like what he has done with Stonebwoy. You know, so he's always in the art space, and the way he dances on the pitch. I like dance myself, so he brings total entertainment to the game. So it's not just his style of play, but the way he celebrates. I mean, every time you watch any advert on TV, any station in the world, you see Asamoah Gyan passing through the World Cup, not just for the goals, but the dance that he will do, the kogon and the song, the whole and the borders.
Back on and on.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, he's an exciting individual any day, and it is very interesting to note that he has a band. You know, so for me as an entertainment person, I appreciate that side of him. He's a complete entertainment person. And for me, sports is entertainment.
Exactly.
He's gone forward to also push the arts.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm happy what he's doing with the Baby Jet
Foundation.
Tournament.
Yeah,
on the
16 tournament. Yeah, in Cape Coast.
And I also like his knack for business. He tells me that look, he has made a lot of money, but the money is not wasted, because we know a lot of top class footballers who have made a lot of money, or even like sports persons who have made money, and during the last embrace of their lives they've had to struggle. But it's a gentleman who has invested in real estate, who's investing in football, who's investing in other things,
transport and all that.
And I'm excited, and I like his passion for education. He goes back to Accra Academy to contribute,
put up an astroturf.
Exactly. To this. So Asamoah Gyan's story, I mean, I like him for who he is, as I've said. And I like sometimes the controversy around him. I mean, if you face him, he will shake you. Come later, he will sort you out. You know? I remember when we had graphic, one of our reporters,
Daniel Kenu
had an issue with him. He sorted him out, and then he formatted him. And later, he came to. I mean, that's Asamoah Gyan for him. You know, he's the typical, Akan who grew up in Accra.
Yeah.
So he has that, easy life. So Asamoah Gyan will always be there. I mean, as for football, I can't tell his story. The stories are already there.
Yes,
that's right.
So to celebrate him, and this is not the time for me to compare him to anybody. That's Asamoah Gyan. Because I grew up with Abedi Pelis and the City Aponos before the Asamoah Gyan came.
Young at heart.
Yes, so I wouldn't want to go back to that kind of debate, because at the end of the day, Nagoni Afife.
Well, Calvin, you can confirm this for us, but William, I do appreciate that perspective as well. I'd almost forgotten that Asamoah Gyan is an entire brand. He has the entertainment side, and we always used to look forward to what hairstyle, the mohawk, is it back? Are we going to get some gold spray? He came with that swag, everything encompassed, the earrings. as a brand. A very 360
and let's be
individual.
sincere, the euphoria he created around the Black Stars,
That's
no
right.
one, nobody, even the players admit that without Asamoah Gyan, it's difficult for them to have a fluid Jama session where they can really feel that passion. You know, he's always there to give everything, and I think that is one thing about him. I remember in 2021 during the AFCON draw, we went to Cameroon. You know, we finished the draw late into the night. It was around 11. I went to him. He was with some other friends from Cote d'Ivoire, Didier Zokora, Ronald Dindan. They were having fun, you know. I just went to him. Baby Jet, please, I need to talk to you. It was 11 p.m. He was tired. You could see he was famished. His food was just before him.
In fact, I saw you post about it on Twitter. He looked exhausted.
Yes, he was like, let's go. And he went with me for a 45-minute interview till 11:45. When I even said, no, we need to rush back to Douala to catch a flight at dawn. And it was like, Charlie, you guys cannot go at this time. It was like, if we decide to stay, we are going to miss our flight, so we need to go. And he actually did that interview for us just because he wanted to show his love and compassion as a human being. And he's always been doing it. Every time, anybody who gets close to Gyan knows that this is one guy who loves people and always shows it. It's not just on the face of it that with the Black Stars he shows it, or even as an entertainer he shows it. He does it to every single person, unless you decide to annoy him, which every human being doesn't want to be trampled upon. It won't happen. Yes,
we won't talk too much about the temper.
Nobody.
People think about the penalty miss and they want to put a negative on it, but I think it's positive because look, the whole of the continent was on his shoulders. That tells you the kind of player he is. And I was watching some of the games during this weekend, and the commentators will mention Asamoah Gyan and make a reference to, you know, the World Cup in South Africa. And we know how the South Africa World Cup went and how Asamoah Gyan performed. So the miss was not what we expected, but the fact that the whole Africa was looking at him tells you the kind of person.
And to even bounce back after such a monumental thing is no joke. And look at what happened. Just this ended World Cup. The whole world was rallying behind us, almost to avenge Asamoah Gyan. He wanted to make sure that he got his justice, if you will. That didn't happen. But even just seeing many other countries really in support of Ghana just because of Asamoah Gyan's penalty.
He's loved everywhere. And yesterday, if you were on Twitter, you see the outpour of messages, the love and everything. Like, come on, this is someone who's given so much. And they were not just posting his name that Gyan has retired. The moment he gave, even in the 2010 World Cup, that goal he scored against the United States to qualify us from the round of 16. It was just one of those clearances from Andrea. Let's put it away because time is almost up. The composure, the calmness, the determination to run for that particular ball. How many players will do that? And Gyan continues to live up there. I'm not sure we have any other player or so many players who have given their all like Gyan has given the senior national team. He's just out of the blue. I'm sure Avram Grant, who is in Ghana here, we just love to see him and then hug him. This is my man. This is the man who saved my name for the first time when I coached in Africa.
As we celebrate Asamoah Gyan, he has always made the point that it was his brother Bafo Gyan who actually helped him. He actually bought boots for him. And Bafo also supported Asamoah throughout, and everywhere he goes nowadays you see him behind
with a brother.
And that's the kind of brotherhood that Bafo Gyan has established in the relationship with Asamoah. It's something that I learned from because family is everything. So
absolutely,
as we mentioned Asamoah Gyan, I would also want to mention Bafo Gyan, who I saw play for the Black.
And he calls him the warrior, and he's become Bafo's name now because Gyan thinks that it was his brother who actually fought and paved the way for him to at least live up to this level when it comes to the football ladder. So
that's a good shout out. And God bless all the older brothers who support our dreams and make sure that we don't go by the wayside.
But let's not forget, Gyan got into the football scenes at the age of 16. He was that young and he was playing for Liberty Professionals. Back in 2004, household names like Joseph Hendricks, Isaac Owusu, the Daniel Comans, the Steven Tetes, they could not handle him.
In fact, there's a stat here, and I
yeah.
wanted to ask Kelvin about this. So, according to this is one of these football websites, he made his debut for the national team November 19, 2003.
Yes.
He's played a total of 107 games for the country and scored out of that 51 goals.
Yeah.
So what an average.
Yeah, averagely that means he scores a goal in every 2 games, and which you cannot underestimate.
You cannot underestimate.
In 2003, Jan was very young. He's now 37, so you just do the math, and it takes us back to his teens. So he was very young then. I remember back then many were questioning his capability, but that was Jan. He just got into the scenes and he lived up to the billing. Very, very few times would you see very young players pick on a team or pick up a team like that. I remember the Athens games, he helped us qualify, but unfortunately we couldn't survive because it was too hot to handle in even our group, the Italians and all that. But yeah.
Well, Kelvin, I think we want to add some more voices to the conversation. We'll call on Fred.
Yeah, Mr. Fred Papo. Yes,
Papo
he's the former vice president of the Ghana Football Association. Yeah, so he's one who worked with Asamoah Gyan right when he was young in his youthful days at Liberty Professionals, because Mr. Fred Papo was part of that squad that who were groomed from Jan's early years. I don't know if he's already on the line. We'll just try and get
connect
him
with him shortly.
Later. Yeah. So he knows Jan very well. He was chairperson of the Black Stars Management Committee during the Kwesi Nyantakyi administration. So he's worked with Jan. He knows him. You know, there were times that even Mr. Alex Asante, who is currently the protocol officer at the FA, says there is no player who has made sacrifices for the Black Stars or for Ghana like Asamoah Gyan. And Mr. Alex Asante has been with the FA since the year 2006 when I got to know. And you know, if someone like that speaks volume highly of Asamoah Gyan, it tells you the amount of sacrifices that Gyan has given. He did not mention Stephen Appiah, he did not mention Samuel Sekufo, he mentioned Asamoah Gyan, which tells you that I'm sure Gyan has given a lot more than we know. You know, buying tickets. There are times he paid winning bonuses. There are times he bought football boots to some of the other footballers who weren't having quality boots to play with. And come on, he's just one love soul, and I just adore him for what he is and what he's offered. Hopefully he's celebrated more than we have seen now, or we are actually saying.
Absolutely. And as I mentioned, we'll also be opening the lines for you two to have your say. It is also still World Music Day, and talking about Asamoah Gyan, we can't leave out the music. Let's enjoy a bit of that before we get your thoughts on this issue.
I just wanted to make the point that Asamoah Gyan is also into boxing.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a boxing promoter,
he's sponsored,
baby promotion, Manotego and all those.
Yeah.
So, you know, the guy is just, you know, if you want to.
Asamoah Gyan is that guy. He's that guy.
Yeah.
You will go very far in all fields, you know, music, boxing, business. You know, the only place that I want him to enter is education. Maybe if he's listening, he should venture into, because he wrote a book.
Yeah. Legendary.
That tells me that he would love education. It's a very good area to invest. So maybe when I get the opportunity to speak to him, maybe we come together and establish a school. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing stuff. You get me.
And a lot of the footballers need education.
Sure.
That is true.
Because we hear the story of Odate Lamte and the rest, and how, you know, they needed education.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Benefited from
3FM Sunrise.
Sunrise on 3FM.
Listen up.
It's the best thing.
Asamoah Gyan, baby jet, Ghana mama who of where the first baby jet, BK what do this beat yo. Me take you I don't be do the jump yeah. We are back on no, that's we are back on no, we are back on no, that's we are back on.
Sunrise on 3FM.
Now what you that's ya when my African gets the beat, dance to the groove and feel the heat. I swear someone not see you know you need almost one traffic. Dance to the groove and feel the heat. Namo ya sana, namo ya sana, namo ya sana,
3FM Sunrise.
Namo ya sana, namo ya sana, namo ya sana, namo ya sana, namo ya sana. I tell you, say I dey conquer. You dey see them, I white them, they wonder. Now me be the under the fire. African get them, I get swagger. Oh baby, you way I go to follow it. Cause you turn me on, you bring me joy, you make me go away. African get the beat. Them be sweet, sexy like cheese. With your back on, no, no. With your back on, no, no. Dance with your back on, no, no. With your back on, no, no.
3FM Sunrise.
Sunrise on 3FM.
It is some 11 minutes past the hour of 8. You're still live here on 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We're taking some time out to talk about the legend that is Asamoah Gyan. He's announced his official retiring from football. Let's add some more voices to the conversation. We have on the line this morning Mr. Fred Papo, former Vice President of the Ghana Football Association. Good morning to you. Apologies. We'll connect again very shortly. Apologies for that. We'll connect again with Fred Papo. But we'll also give you all an opportunity to talk about the legend Asamoah Gyan. Many of you talking about your most favorite goal from one of our most celebrated players. So you can also share that with us when you call in. Let us know what moment in Asamoah Gyan's football history really does it for you. Many of you talk about that penalty, World Cup, other big moments. But if there are other subtle moments that are not as celebrated that you want to remember this legend by, do get in touch. We're seeing all of your thoughts and comments also on the socials.
3FM Sunrise.
Sunrise on 3FM.
Let's go on a quick break, gentlemen, shall we? Let's do that. We'll go on a very quick break, and then when we come back, we'll carry on with this conversation. Many of you wanting to get involved. There's more to come. Stick with us on 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Philadelphia. Our very own Adansi Travels is 10 years old. I hope you remember what they did on their 5th anniversary with a 555 figure and even the power of 8.
Then this will be a 10-day thing.
That is right. We are going on a 10-day adventure in Dubai on a chartered Emirates flight full of Adansi travelers from 10th to 19th August. And starting from $1,650, you can be part of this Adansi-licious 10th anniversary tour. The rate covers flights, hotel accommodation, breakfast, visa, airport transfer, tours, and Adansi at 10 mega party at Dubai Desert Camp with the legendary Samini.
Adansi Travelers Tour. It's a vibe. The 10th anniversary. Don't know. Be a part of this.
You can pay a minimum of $500 to book your seat and pay the rest till 15th July. Contact Adansi Travels now on 0595 500 817 or 055 631 0404 to book your spot now. Adansi Travels. Feel life's beauty.
Bank that supports you, a bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up, big dreams are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams are alive, CBG will make you smile. We will rise with you. Your business will flourish, your name will stand out. Consolidated Bank, CBG, we stand with you.
Passengers, Mama me 2 minutes per why. Neighbor Cecilia.
Driver, you can't do this in London.
Oh, English, madam. We dear Mr. 1 minute per why. Shell,
Driver, we're in a hurry, please. What's all this about?
Oh, madam, help me say thank you to Shell. Shell Fuel Save lasts longer and helps us to save more money to do more things. Also, because I'm a member of the Shell Club, I get loyalty points every time I buy fuels that I use to redeem gifts I love. I can get third-party insurance for my car, free medical insurance, provisions for my home, and many more. Shell day my side. In fact, when I see another Shell station, I will hug everyone there.
Hey, driver, what the fire kwanza?
Hey, English, madam. into UTG.
Enjoy numerous benefits when you buy fuel from Shell. Get loyalty points to claim third-party car insurance, family medical cover, provisions, and many more for free. Driver, Shell day your side. Go well.
Meya Pasi was in social na Aka University Papa Menyamawo and one Heritage Christian University College. Yeah, wa Asamoah Stadium Nechi. Very serene environment for studies. A Denema Heritage from 860 a Christ-centered university, 24/7 Wi-Fi internet for students, hostel facilities, 860 body for MOB entrepreneurs and also ready for job markets. What best student need be our business idea sika. Emma will be one kasa nyuma and to a school no now a business owners and a laptop really programs ben wayo BBA accounting with computing, marketing, human resource management, information technology management, BSc information technology, and information security. Osaya BSc nursing and a bachelor of theology. Wow! Mature students 25 years and above. To me apply. Afe Wasi, SSC, GBC, HND Numina. 860 is also running 12-month specialized master's degree program. MSc accounting and taxation, accounting and finance, MSc human resource management. Accredited by Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. Affiliated to KNUST and a UCC. Frewamu was 020-229-8399.
I've got Bellpack and I won't let go. My name is Nana McBrown. Many people think I get what I want anytime because I am popular. No, that is not true. It is because me and Kasano, I like the best, and when I find it, I stick to it. I have found Bellpack tea roll, and I'm stuck with it. It is soft but not weak, strong but not hard. It is just perfect. Bellpack tea roll is smooth and gentle on the skin. Same as Bellpack kitchen towel. It cleans in one wipe. You can soak, squeeze, and clean again. One Bellpack kitchen towel lasts longer and saves you money. It's time you switch to Bellpack today and experience the perfect paper tissue. Say pocket tissue, table napkins, tea roll, and a kitchen towel. Paper chow. Bellpack is simply the best. Bellpack, just perfect.
To be a Bellpack distributor, call 055-11-44400. Another quality product from Bell Aqua.
Feels so good like Bellpack.
For Pepsodent, smiles are one of the most important things we have. The problem is, globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Pepsodent, with maximum cavity protection, helps to prevent the formation of cavities. Pepsodent, because every smile matters. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Sunrise on 3FM.
Listen up.
It's the best station.
Oh, you ready for my flow hit every morning? Let's go.
I love it. Gets me off to a great start. Sunrise on 3FM.
Sunrise. Sunrise. 3FM Sunrise. FM Sunrise. FM Sunrise.
Baby jet, it will check away, say move front the sun come back and wine and me then so jagela.
And there can only be one. There can only be one. There can only be one. You're still live here on 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We're talking about Asamoah Gyan. He's recently announced that he's retiring from football. Joining us on this conversation, we have Mr. Fred Papo. He's joining us on the telephone lines. He's a former vice president of the Ghana Football Association. Fred, a very good morning to you. How are you this morning?
I'm doing very well. Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us on this discussion. We have been reminiscing and talking about Asamoah Gyan, the legend. As he's retiring now or announced his retirement, how are you taking that news?
Well, I think, if you have someone who excels and distinguishes himself in a career or a certain path, and obviously the person calls his quit naturally, the memories alone are enough to make you a bit sad. But looking at it the other way, I think it's quite right and it's quite timely that David Gets has called it quit. Decided to hang his boots at the time of his. I think when the noise is loudest. So it's timely, it's good, it's worth it. He's done it in a very glorious way, entered at the right time, and then he's calling it quits at about the right time. So we can only thank him for his exploits.
Now, we know also that Asamoah Gyan is a very multifaceted individual. Music, boxing, a host of other athletic ventures, business ventures. What would you most like to see for Asamoah Gyan's future? Coaching, maybe on a national level? What do you make of that?
Well, I think I know he's done some coaching badges, and it's about getting to the end of the desired requirements to coach. I would want to see Asamoah Gyan in coaching. That's one. Then you can also glean that he has a passion for scouting and young talent development.
That's right.
I would encourage him to keep to that. And then whilst at that too, definitely we all know once you've made some very good returns from your profession or your active working life, you will definitely have to invest. So I want to believe, I know he's got some business ventures. I would also encourage him to keep to that and then set a good example for others who are coming after him as to how to make good use of whatever we gain in our playing life. So coaching, definitely scouting, and then business outside football.
Now, would you then say that Asamoah Gyan is Ghana's finest, in fact, Africa's finest player? Would that be an accurate assertion? Would you begrudge anybody for holding that opinion?
Well, definitely, I'll say it's one of the top finest that the continent has ever produced. We've also had some who have had some very distinguished careers. We're talking about the Liberian president, Georgia. I'll say Asamoah Gyan is up there with the greatest of the greats from the continent, and we should be proud of him. He deserves celebration. We must celebrate him.
Absolutely, Fred, and we're very grateful that you joined us this morning, and we'll be getting some opinions from the general public as well. But thank you and have a fantastic day.
Same to you. Thanks so much for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And you heard there from Fred Papo, former Vice President of the Ghana Football Association. I'll open up the phone lines now. We'll take a few calls and get your thoughts. On social media, we're getting so many opinions on what you think is your the most striking Asamoah Gyan moment that you recall. But add your voice to the conversation. We would love to hear from you. 0559 242 717. That is 0559 242 717. Or you can also reach us on 0556 910 I see our phone lines are already blinking. Again, it's 0559 242 717. All right, we'll pick this call just now. Hello, good morning. Who am I speaking with?
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
My name is Marvin.
Good morning, Marvin. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Asamoah.
Okay, please step away from the radio set or lower it, please. We're getting some feedback.
All right.
Okay, fantastic.
I just want to talk about Asamoah Gyan. I'm in
Sure.
Nigerian. Yeah, I just want to talk about Asamoah Gyan. I met him one time in 2012 during his mother's funeral. And I was just looking at him and I said, bro, I'm your biggest fan. Then the next thing, he called me to take a picture with him. And I must tell you true, he's very humble and I like him. I've been his highest, biggest fan. and I support him, even though my wife don't like him, but I like him. I just want to say that. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much, Marvin. Thank you for calling us from all the way from Niger. I will take a few more calls and then we'll carry on 0559-242-717 or call us on 0556-910-154. That's 0559-242-717. Or call us on 0556-910-154.
Kiss me from you and Juliet. If you will, you deserve to be my wife. You deserve it, I know they lie. You know they feel well without my mind. What a pity, no, I believe
3FM Sunrise.
my wife. Hey, you know, do you way.
Sunrise on 3FM.
And the commentary is still rife on social media. This one says, Asamoah Gyan, first player in history to score a goal while down with malaria. This one is on record. Record the pain. They say this one is on record. First player to score a goal whilst down with malaria. Hey, did you know that, Mr. Siedu, that it's on record?
I didn't know.
Yeah, now you know.
I only know that Dankweku ever gave him the name Baby Jet. And when he was growing up, he used to be called Baby.
Baby,
Because of his speed, they added jets. Dankweku ever added jets, so he got the name Baby Jet. And he's using a lot of his brands, his airline, and I mean his tournament and everything. So, Asamoah Gyan, as for the malaria bit, the doctors would have to come in.
3FM Sunrise.
Sunrise.
But before we wrap up on